Okay, other than gallbladder, non-ciliated simple columnar epithelium can also be found in the wall lining small intestine such as duodenum. If we look at the cross-section of duodenum, the wall of duodenum has four main layers, which is the serosa layer, the muscularis externa layer, the submucosa, as well as the mucosa layer. At the serosa layer, as we can see here, this layer consists of fibrous connective tissue and also enriched of cells. Meanwhile, above of this serosa layer, which is the muscularis externa layer, this layer constitutes smooth muscle fibers. There are two patterns of smooth muscle fibers in this layer, the circular pattern and also the longitudinal pattern as well as the circular pattern. As we can see here, at this layer of smooth muscle fibers, we can see the spindle-shaped appearance of the smooth muscle fibers. On top of this musculary externa is the submucosa layer, which contains loose connective tissues as well as the pale staining mucus secreting glands. These mucus secreting glands basically produce an alkaline mucus that neutralize the acids from stomach. Now, the final layer of the wall of intestinal of the small intestine, which is the mucosa layer, the innermost layer of the small intestine wall. This layer is adjacent to the lumen of the small intestine. In this mucosa layer, which is the innermost layer, we can observe several histological appearance, which is the muscularis mucosa, which is the layer that marks the end of the mucosa layer, as well as the presentation of the intestinal glands. This intestinal glands has important role in the formation of goblet cells. Moving towards the lumen, okay, the mucosa layer also consists of epithelial fold and lamina propria. Part of lamina propria and this epithelial fold will form a finger-like projection, which is also known as villi, that extend towards the lumen of the duodenum. Okay, now focusing to the epithelial fold of the duodenum or any small intestine. The interesting part of this epithelial fold of small intestine is comprised of two types of cells. The first type of cells, as we can see here at higher magnification, about 40 times magnification, it has a single layer of columnar shaped cells with rounded and also sometimes elongated basal nuclei, and also with apical brush border, or also known as microvilli. This is a typical appearance of non-ciliated columnar epithelium. A part of non-ciliated simple columnar epithelium, the epithelial fold of small intestine also consists of these goblet cells, which appears intermittently at this epithelial fold. These goblet cells can be recognized by the presentation of pale mucus cup on its cells. The goblet cells is a distinguishing features which allow us to differentiate between the epithelial fold of small intestine and epithelial fold of gallbladder. If you recap the epithelial fold of gallbladder, it doesn't have the appearance of goblet cells. So again, please bear in mind the histological features that distinguish between epithelial fold of gallbladder and epithelial fold lining the lumen of duodenum is the presentation of goblet cells in the epithelial fold of duodenum that is not present in the epithelial fold of gallbladder. Both gallbladder and duodenum comprise of non-ciliated simple columnar epithelium at its epithelial fold.